Hello peasants, this is Mr. Malice. I am here once more with another one of these cool little videos that I make, just out of the kindness of my black heart. Now, this particular video is going to be based all around the concept of Valley of Conquerors, because, I was going to make how-to guides on building and growing, but since this seems to be the #1 game mode, and the most one that everyone always messes up the most, I've decided I kicked everybody else out of my room today, so it's just going to be you and I. And we're gonna get into this whole Valley of Conquerors thing, yeah. There's a lot to cover, so let's get right into it. So the towers are the #1 thing you're gonna focus on for the most part. You need to capture more towers than your opponents. They give your alliance points per minute. Usually it's 10, but in some cases it can be anywhere from 30, 60, even 100 points per minute for having a CAD tower captured. So you have to watch out for the more valuable ones, which are usually in this section here, M008, M0015, things like that. They just give more points because they are, of course, in the center, so everyone has typically got easy access to them. Alright, next up, the most important places, in my opinion, is actually these things that begin with G. We call them gates where I come from. I mean, they're obviously gates. But, yeah, G0018, 8, whatever, each one is very special because while they do not give you minute-by-minute points, they give you respawn points, which is the best points to have because the name of this game is energy management for your team. So you cannot, even if you have, a team that could beat every single team in the Valley of Conquerors by itself in one attack, like a Super Saiyan Blue God Kaioken Ultra Ego Instinct thing, you still could not necessarily do anything if everybody decides that they want to run away from you. You'll get no merit, you'll get no points, because you'll eventually run out of energy, and then some of them can circle around. So, having a respawn point closer to where you want to be is vital, so you should always coordinate with your team to take the best gates for you. That being said, it's very important that you do not have a bunch of weak people on top of the gates, because that will give what I call buffers. And what I call a buffer is very simple. It's whenever you defeat a team, you carry over your progress towards your ultimate attacks from that battle to the next battle, which in turn makes you stronger from the very beginning, giving you an advantage over the next person you fight. So when you have a battle against an easy opponent, you're really taking no damage because you'd also heal in between battles a little bit for each character. And you're instead just becoming stronger, you're getting buffed up, you're getting buffed by the opposing weak team. That's why it's very important to never ever have a team that is weak at the very top of your list of defenders, because you're just going to basically be hamstringing the strong teams that are defending behind you. And you'll see here, there's definitely not a lot of difficulty with this battle. The first guy I could beat without any buffer because he's so much weaker than me, which meant that, look at this, all of my team is going to be so much closer to their ultimate attacks now. Look, we immediately have a powerful crowd controlling ult, and then look, the key here also is I want to get my female Lionstone her ult before we get to the biggest battle, because her ult doubles everyone's attack on my team. Now, unfortunately, it does not look like we're going to get her ult off, but, I mean, just look at the rest of my team. All these weak people have given me so much momentum, and I'm still at over full health, because now I get to use my shield, which, and then my ultimate for my strongest unit, the Male Tidestorm. Yeah, so I'm going into this next battle with a powerful crowd control, and look at that, I've already got this extra shield, now I've got one of the best damage dealers in the game's ult, and of course, after everybody, now everyone's strength is doubled, but by this time, it's not even a fight. Like, someone who could have beaten me easily, I just walk right through because of the buffers. And now for the premise exploit. So, you want to know a couple of things. First off, I spoke to a developer about this already. It is not a thing that they actually want us to be able to do, and they are going to change it. They're going to fix it as soon as they can, but it's just a big update that's going to be required for that. So, in the near future, expect this to no longer be valid. But for now, while this is happening, as of, September the 11th, oh, that's a fun time to be recording. Anyway, this is still working. September 11, 2022. Now, you've probably seen people teleporting around the board, it feels like, where their main team is everywhere. The way that works is pretty simple. You just take your team that's on a respawn point, you swap them all the way out. You can put a placeholder or don't, it doesn't really matter. And then you just go to another team that has energy. Once you put your main team in their place. Pretty simple, but look at this. Now, I could not hit that person before, but now look at this. Boom. My main team that has already done so much is gonna get to do even more for me, including taking this gate right here, huh? You would have never expected a simple method like this, but look, it is pretty effective. I mean, you really only need one team. In fact, I would argue you don't want anyone other than people in your one team, aside from when you're, spreading out, taking uncontested, pardon me, towers. But yeah, so now that I've got all this new energy, I'm able to just freely run amok across this blue team if I really wanted. But what I'm gonna do instead, because I'm a merit hunter, is I'm gonna look for an easy couple of thousand merit points to get to first place. And yeah, so this looks like the best way. Oh, there wasn't even anybody there. Well, that's duty. But look at this. Now I have yet another respawn point for my team, which is not only good for me, but for everybody on my alliance. Now, it's important to know that you can do this currently as often as you want. So look, I don't have much else I can do with that team, so guess what? I'm gonna swap them out for the other team that they have. And it feels a little bit like you're an evil genius, which of course I am an evil genius, so it should feel that way, yes. But now that I've got that done, look at this. Blue, you're about to be schooled, my friend. Oh look, you didn't defend that, what a shocker. And then now they're gonna try to defend this one, and this team is pretty strong, so it could be a challenge. I don't have the best buff system. Normally, if I was fighting a team this strong at first, I would try to make sure that my Lionstone female was at maximum, because you can see I've lost quite a few people, but on the bright side, I defeated an enemy I probably couldn't have defeated had I gone at them, just normal. Now, do I really want to take that last couple? I mean, it's important to always take as many towers as you can to get as many points. Oh yeah, no one's beaten this team. Look, they've done it exactly right. They have their two strongest units in the number 1 and 2 spot. So unless someone was like naturally way stronger than either of those units, even if they beat the first unit, they're going to be weakened, and the second unit will stop them. That is exactly what you should do. This is yeah, no one's beaten them. No one on my team is anyway. We don't have enough people. No one is strong enough to beat them. So let's see. Looking around here, so we know we can't do that, but that's cool. That's only one place, one spot. We don't have to worry about it. That's just, they're gonna have that. That's theirs now. They've earned it. But we, on the other hand, look at this. Okay, we're gonna swap it back around because we don't need this. This trouble right now is not for us. We're going to come up here. This is probably the most important gate, so we're going to go ahead and put our defending squad right here. Just because they're a pain in our butts, So, and we already have a bit of a foothold up there in their territory, so it's going to take them a lot of effort to come through this way. Now, you might have noticed that I did not put anyone in my other two teams, and you think to yourself, well, it'll be easy for someone to take the gates. But the truth is, it's going to be easy for someone to take those gates, even if I have my second and third best teams on there. Because, at this stage of the game, there's just not been enough time elapsed for us to level up enough people that second and third teams have a chance against any first teams reasonably. So all I would be doing by leaving even a level 1 character there would be giving somebody a free heal for battles, or giving them a little bit extra energy. And I never want to do something that's detrimental to my team. So, if they want it that bad, they can take it. It just gives us a chance to take it back later, with the strongholds that we've got in place, with the places that we've placed our troops at. So yeah. That pretty much wraps up everything about Valley of Conquerors. There's a few game mode issues, balance-wise. They tried to balance it, but it ends up hurting the people who spend money, because people with equal might to us that don't spend money have had more time to build up gold and therefore level up characters. But with a few tweaks, it could be a really amazing game mode, and it's always going to be different and fun, it seems. One suggestion that I actually have is that in order to balance the game better for Valley of Conquerors, is you use the total amount of gold on counts as what you would balance it off of, not might. Because at least that way everyone has the ability to have roughly the same level of characters. And I genuinely think even then, like, people who spend versus people who don't spend, it doesn't matter, because even if, you know, like, if you've been playing a long time, you probably know who the best characters are. If you're smart and you use the guides that I'm going to be posting in the near future, you'll be able to, you know, mythic farm and get all of that good stuff set up. But, yeah, I mean, that I think would solve so many of the issues that we have and make the Valley of Conquerors even better. And it's already pretty good. Anyway, that about wraps up this video. I've been Mr. Malice. This has been Mr. Malice's Malpals Presents, even though I'm the only one presenting right now. If you want to be a pal, which of course means peasant that I allow to live, join up on the Discord, give us a like, a comment, a share, a subscribe. Do everything that it's done. Even if you don't like us, do it anyway, because it costs you almost nothing and it makes everyone see how bad we are, eh? Be a pal.